What's going on, Feed the Beasters? JD back for episode 15 of JD Plays Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. And I've been organizing a little bit. And turns out doing this kind of organization really cuts down on my frame rate. So I'm probably going to have to take a lot of this stuff and move it around and fix it. And I may end up having to use the drawers after all, even though I really don't want to. But if that's what's got to happen, well, then that's what's got to happen. But today we have a very large to-do list. We have the fluid solid canning machine, the Macerator, ore washing plant, RE battery, iron furnace, kinetic generator, turning table, thermal centrifuge, all from IC2. And the reasoning for this is because I'm ready to get into making conduit, as you saw right here. So conduit. And to get into making conduit, we need to be able to make conduit binder. And to be able to make conduit binder, we need to be able to get to this composite, which requires stone dust, which only comes from thermal centrifuge and or the ore washing plant. Now, as a beautiful side effect of this, getting these machines, this is what allows us to start creating uranium and tiny piles of uranium from uranium ore, which means we can start working towards nuclear power as well. So that's kind of a big step getting all these in place. But it is a very long and drawn out process. So while I love having all these ores and everything handy, I'm going to have to rethink how I'm doing this right now because it's killing my FPS for recording episodes, as you can tell by the upper right hand corner. Let's get started. Now, I have repositioned all of these cabinets, and in these cabinets I have all of the supplemental recipes for IC2 already saved. I do have a few things left to get done, one of which is to take this mixed metal ingot, which we've used before, and throw it over here into the compressor. So let's throw this in place of you and throw that down there. Now, our farm that we set up last night has been kicking some serious tail. Let's take a look at that right quick. And yes, it's still sitting with the same crappy setup it's been sitting on, and that's okay. And what we got going on is we've already built 408 blaze lamps, not including what's in here and what's upstairs. So we've got a lot of these blaze lamps going on. This farm is rocking. We've filled up a hardened cache with almost 40,000 blaze powder so far. And it's still just knocking things out of the ballpark. The sludge boiler has gotten us some podzol, some mycelium, some clay, some heat sand, peat, ash, decaying wheat, all kinds of good stuff. So still really like having that item on hand. It's really helpful in my opinion. I need to eat a cheeseburger because I'm dying, because it poisoned me and gives me hunger. And I'm going to fix something right quick with the recording, and then I'll be right back with you guys, and we'll be back upstairs ready to get started on that to-do list. See you in just a second, guys. Alright, so we are back and we are ready to get started. Now, like I said, I have a lot of the subcomponents for all of our machines right here, and we should have over here ready to go now a couple of these advanced alloys. Okay, so let's dive right into this, and I should have quite a few of the machines broken out right over here. So right off the bat, let's get this fluid solid canning machine. Now, the fluid solid canning machine takes a basic machine casing, which we've made in the past, and we're going to use this in almost every recipe. An electronic circuit, also made in the past and used in almost every single IC2 recipe, surrounded by some 10 item casings. Now, these are very easy to get. You just take a 10 plate and smash it, or run it through your metal former. Metal former is the best way to go about it. So let's pop one of those out. So there's our solid canning machine. And the usefulness of this is in creating overclockers, as well as other things. But these overclockers require this 10K coolant. And the way you get that is you need to get these coolant cells and surround them with 10 plates. Now, to get those, you need to really look at the IC2 wiki for this, but you've got to pump water into one side of this, run it over some lapis, and it will create the coolant you need to put into the canisters, okay? It's kind of tricky if you've never done it before. I'm probably going to screw it up when I do it. I'll try to get it on camera after I get the setup correct for you guys. Next thing is the Macerator. So let's go ahead and grab that out. Macerator is just some crushed obsidian from our rock crusher with cobblestone, a basic machine frame, and an electronic circuit. And this does the same purpose as your pulverizer or your sag mill, only in IC2, it's a three-step process. First, you run the ore through the Macerator. Then you can run it through your ore washing machine, which is what we're going to get right here. Finally, you can run it through your thermal centrifuge to maximize your ore yield. The ore washing plant is going to take 2 of these electric motors. Now, we've seen everything else here, the iron plates, the basic machine, the circuit, the buckets. The electric motors are something new. They take some coils, which we've made in the past, those same 10-item casings, and iron ingots. And we're going to end up using a lot of these electric motors in other various IC2 machines. So there's our ore washing plant. That's knocked out. Let's go ahead and take these 10 casings with us. Next on the list, and we're going to knock out the list right quick. Let's clean it up a little bit. So everything on the first list is done. We're up to RE batteries. Now, I've already actually made the RE battery. And the RE battery is very simple. It's some 10-item casing with some electrotine, a simple insulated tin cable, which we should already know how to make these things. It's a piece of rubber with a tin cable, and we get the tin cable either by snipping a plate or using the metal former in extruding mode or cutting mode, depending on if you have a plate or an ingot. I would advise the ingot in extruding, but you do you. The RE battery is also a subcomponent that gets used in a lot of recipes. What we're making right here is something we've made in the past. It is an iron furnace. It's simply a regular furnace surrounded by iron plates. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And then we're going to put these plates up top, actually in the middle. The RE battery at the top and the furnace below that. And that gives us a generator. This generator is going to go into place right here to create a kinetic generator. And the kinetic generator takes some of these iron item casings. You get those the same way you get the tin. You either smash an iron plate or you put it into your metal former in rolling mode. Then you need an iron shaft, which if you don't remember is simply a block of iron in extruding mode in the metal former. So you can see how all these machines kind of tier together to create these things. So we're going to get this kinetic generator, and this is important for powering this machine right here, the turning table. The turning table takes the usual basic machine casing, 2 of the iron item casings I just showed you, another set of iron shafts, and another set of iron plates. And the turning table's whole purpose is to take these little turning blanks and turn them into parts. To make a turning blank, it's 2 iron ingots and an iron item casing. We're going to make 2 of these. An iron, not iron item casing. They do not stack. So we're done in that one. So before we go any further, I'm actually going to take the kinetic generator. And I haven't used this in forever. It's very possible I'm about to screw this up. We're going to put that down right there. And I think we want to set this down directly against it like so. Now, we're going to need another item. We're going to need this lathing tool, which is simply a refined iron plate and 2 of these item casings together to give us the lathing tool. And we're going to take this over here and we're going to put it inside of this. It goes right here. And then you put your iron turning blank in. And we're going to adjust these turning blanks in just a bit to get a new item. We're not going to do it quite yet. I don't know that we're there yet. But so far, let's update the to-do list. RE batteries done, iron furnace, turning table, kinetic generator, those are all done. So at this point, we're up to the thermal centrifuge. Now this is where everything gets very tricky. The thermal centrifuge is a very nasty little item to craft. It needs 2 coils, which we've already made, 2 iron ingots, 4 iron ingots, which you know how to get iron ingots, 1 of those electric motors, okay? And you've seen me make one of these before. This is an advanced machine casing. It takes a normal machine casing, the carbon plate, which we get by taking raw carbon mesh and compressing. You get the raw carbon mesh by combining raw carbon fibers, which is just 4 pulverized coal dust together. So easy to make these. You just saw me make some more of these advanced alloys, so that's no big deal. And that'll get us to our thermal centrifuge, okay? Now, I've got that recipe started sitting somewhere in here. I'm not sure where. I moved everything around. But a big part of the thermal centrifuge, which I just kind of glossed over, is the fact and the need of this mining laser. And this mining laser is what makes us need to do everything else. The mining laser takes 2 of these redstones, 3 of the advanced alloys, this new iron turning blank, an advanced circuit, and an energy crystal. Now this, and this are the new items. The energy crystal is not really all too bad. You just need 4 diamond dust and some redstone. The diamond dust, pretty simple to get. Just crush some diamonds or crush some nether diamond ore, either way. So we've got that ready to go right here. So let's pull some of that out. And I think I should have enough to do a second round of that right here. Because I'm going to end up making 2 of these. What did I just do? Bad things. I'm going to end up making 2 of these fancy schmancy diamonds at the same time. So we're going to come over here. Once again, we're going to rob our pulverizer of its stuff because we got too much. And if you didn't notice, I had my system down there hooked up to the ender chest, which is pumping additional blaze powder into this. So I'm actually using 2 compressors right now to compress as many blaze rods as I can. And that's why I'm able to pump out so many of these things so quickly. So down here, there's our first energy crystal. And there's our second. Let's grab those bad boys. Come back over here. We're going to drop one in here. Now, I've already made this advanced circuit, and we're going to talk about it real quick. It's over here in the subcomponents. So an advanced circuit is not too terrible. A regular circuit looks like this. Very simple. An advanced circuit, a little more in depth, but it's not terrible. You need a standard circuit, 4 redstone chipsets, 2 basic capacitors, and 2 intricate circuit boards to make an advanced circuit. So we should have everything here except for possibly this. What am I missing? I'm missing some cable. Okay, let's make some cable. And this is what I love about these work tables, is I can just grab everything I need, click the next recipe, and it makes it very easy to go through and do this buildup of items instead of having to sit there and manually create each individual item. Okay, so there's 2 of those. So there's the other 2 plates. And I should have a 3rd plate laying somewhere right there. Let's throw that in there. So all that's left to finish up these mining lasers is to get these iron turnings made. And right here it tells you need it is a 4, 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so let's come over here. And we need to create power in this kinetic generator. It's been a very long time since I've used one of these. I don't remember necessarily how to do it. I know that one of them is manual, but I don't remember this one. So I need to look this up right quick because, you know, I'm a derp and I forget how to use these things sometimes. IC2 Kinetic Generator. Alright. The kinetic generator will transform mechanical energy into electricity. The EU output depends on the KU output. It is most commonly used together with a kinetic wind generator or a kinetic steam generator. So we need something that's going to create power for us as EU to pump into the kinetic generator, which we can then attempt to pump into which will then create, from what I understand. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've used this. I think you need a special tool to work with this as well. I think you need a wrench or something to do something with this. But, let's see. There's a way to do this. Let's try to make it just a regular generator again. We made one of those just a minute ago, so we're going to grab a furnace. And we're going to come back over here. And I think I've got my iron plates right here. Let's grab 5 of them. Let's throw it in here. Furnace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I should have some fuel back over here to burn in it. We'll just take some charcoal, should work. Okay. And I could be wrong here. Did I not grab it? That's an iron furnace, not a generator, JD. Come on, buddy. I don't think an iron furnace works. We're going to need to take the iron furnace, put it in here. We're going to need to make that other RE battery. That's what it was. Alright, so let's make one of these. And grab these. So, where was I working? Right here. Alright, put this in here. 2, 2, and did I have some more? I guess I could have just made it in there, actually. I had everything ready to go. Bam, bam. There's the RE battery, and then 3 of these. And that should give me a generator, right? Yeah, there's a generator. Okay. So this thing puts out EU. And if I remember right, the kinetic generator is one of the only EU machines you can't hook up with these power cables. But on the off chance that there is a way to do that, we're going to make sure about that first, okay? So somewhere, somehow I have these. And I should have more of this somewhere too. Right there. Okay. So let's just run a cable to right here. And we'll run it off of this guy. And then we'll run that cable all the way down to you. And we'll run power all the way back to you. But it's obstructed. Why? Because of that stupid treasure chest right there. Okay. Let's move the treasure chest. Give this a shot. And this is where it always gets a little fun, is when I start playing with machines I'm not very familiar with. But that's part of the fun, right? Alright. So we've got, so there's no EU coming into this. I'm pretty positive last time I had to do something like this. And put this in here. So this is generating EU. But it's not putting any EU in. Okay. So let's take and break that. Let's come back over to here. 32 EU 120. I don't think these matter anymore, but let's make one of these. 2 of these. Let's hook this up to there and up to there. We're not getting any U. Okay, I gotta go remember how to do this because I can't remember anymore, and then we will try to do this thing where it goes, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I will be right back with you, YouTube. Alright, guys. So, what I should have actually ended up making was the electric kinetic generator. As I forget how this kinetic one works to begin with, this regular kinetic generator. But what we did make was the manual. Now, the manual is very simple. It's just a machine casing and a lever, and all you do is you sit here and you right-click it, and you'll notice that that went red on top. That means that it's now got kinetic energy in it ready to be used. So if we open this up, we can do 5, 4, 3, whatever it was. And what we needed was, because I don't ever remember, 53222 or 4322. I already screwed this one up. So we're gonna, now the kinetic energy doesn't stay in there forever. So you're gonna want to punch it for a little bit, then you're gonna want to reach back in there and actually do the turning. So 4, 3. We're out of power. Let's do it again. This is a very silly way to do this, but you know what? If it gets the job done, I'm good with it. Alright, 43222. That's the one we want. Let's take this over here, and I'm going to make a second one of these guns a little bit later, but I'm just going to finish this up for now. So there's our mining laser. Alright. Now the rest of the EU pieces we should kind of have laying around at various places, if I remember correctly, or I already have it ready to go. Right here, here they are. Alright, so if we clear this out, we can drop this in here, put this up top. Here's our 2 side pieces. Okay, we need the ingots, there they are, and we need that one motor. I think we've got everything up here to make a motor. I could be wrong. I'm out of tin casings, it looks like. Alright, let's go make a couple of tin casings real quick. So, I think I only need one of those, actually. I'm sure I'll end up using the rest of them up, but... Alright, yeah, just need 2, yep. Okay. Let's run back over here. Pop this guy in. And what am I missing here? I got these, I got this, I got this, I got this. That should be everything. There we go. Okay. So, what I did is I shift right clicked. I think it's because this shows to be out of power. It's not charged up like that one is. So, we're just going to do like, we just shift click the arrow, or the question mark, and it'll pop it in there. And there we go. Well, maybe not. Maybe. Do I have to actually like charge this up or something? It's not, I don't know. Let's take everything out of here right quick and try it. That's very weird. I don't remember having to charge that up in the past. Laser. Parts. 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 This, and this. And in the past, that has worked. So I guess it's actually going to attempt to make me charge this 300K. I don't remember if you can charge these inside of these, but we're going to try it out. Nope. So I'm going to have to find a way to charge it up. Wonderful. I think. So Zadambi says he didn't have to charge his the other day when he built the thermal centrifuge. So is there something else wrong with what I'm doing? Let's take a look. I had a bunch of tin things right there. That's silly. Iron, iron, electric motor, iron, iron, advanced, coil, coil. Okay, so coil, coil, iron, advanced, iron, iron, tin item casing. I'm not a tin item casing, JD. You retard. It's a freaking motor. It helps when you make the right components to do the recipe. Then it will let you finish the recipe. Like so. There we go. We got a centrifuge. Hooray! Thanks, Adami, for pointing me in the right direction before I made a massive mistake again. So, with that, we now have the capabilities to do a complete ore wash cycle. What do I mean by that? Well, let's set this up right here for a second. And we'll change it all out later. But we'll put our macerator here. Put our ore washing plant here. put our centrifuge down here. And we will attach some power to these bad mamma jammas. And run that power all the way back over to here. Alright. They're all accepting power. Okay. This guy's going to take a little bit longer than the rest. So if we go in here and we get a piece of... do I go straight for the uranium or not? Alright, I'm going to warn you. If you start working with uranium and you don't have a rubber suit on, it's going to jack you up and kill you. So you may not want to start right off with going for uranium. You have been warned. It's your choice if you choose to do so. I'll make a rubber suit next time to play with that stuff. But yeah. Alright, let's get this dense iron. This will work. We'll just toss the dense iron in here, and that'll give us some basic iron ore to work with. Alright, there we go. So if I bring this iron ore back over here now, and throw it into the Macerator, the Macerator is going to do what, you know, the pulverizer and every other machine we own does that breaks down ore. Only it's going to do it a lot slower until we start putting overclockers on it and speeding it up. So that's going to give us crushed iron ore. Now it duplicated it, just like anything does. But now we can take it a step further. We can put it in the ore wash. Now the ore wash actually takes water. So if you don't have water, it's not going to work. So let's get some water. Probably going to need a couple of buckets. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've used this. Looks like it's doing okay for round one. Let's give it another one. And I'll hook it up with an infinite water supply later. Also, it's nice and slow, just like the Macerator, until we give it overclocker upgrades. So the washed version gave us back our same little pile of crushed ore, but also gave us a tiny pile of iron dust. And these tiny piles, when you get enough of them, can be combined into a pile of iron. A single, unit of iron dust to smelt into an ingot. It'll take 9 of them. But this is kind of what we were wanting, right? We were wanting this stone dust. And now we can start using this to make conduit binding. In the final step, we can take this purified crushed iron ore down to the centrifuge and throw this in here. And the centrifuge, hold on, has to heat up. So you really want to keep your centrifuge kind of running. But once it's heated up, it's going to take and it's going to smelt things. So for example, this iron, we're not using crushed, we're using purified. And it should show, here, let's go back. Used, purified. Right here. In the thermal centrifuge, this is going to produce a pile of tiny gold dust as well as our iron dust for each one. So now we're not only producing additional iron, we're also producing gold. From this particular one, we're not going to get any more stone dust. But let's look at uranium for a second. So if we take a piece of uranium and we run it through the Macerator, we get crushed uranium. If we take that and we run that through the centrifuge, we'll get back a tiny pile of uranium, 4 actual uranium, and some stone dust. But if we run it through the ore wash, we'll get stone dust, 2 piles of lead, and the purified. And then if we take the purified and run it through here, we'll get 5 uranium and 2. So it's just upping our efficiency to use the entire 3-step process. And so this guy's about to hit its heat index. And there are tricks to do with the heat and all that good stuff. So now it's charging up. Now, it doesn't seem efficient when you first set these machines up because without overclockers, it's kind of not. Once this thing is at its heat, as long as there is items over here to be used, you'll be good to go. It'll just, it'll knock everything out for you, no problem. Now, what I want, like I said, was to get more, I'm wanting the stone dust right here. One of the things you can do to get stone dust is you can simply pop gravel into the ore wash. And by washing the gravel, you'll automatically generate stone dust. So I can just come over here and start doing this. And that'll get me my first little bit of stone dust to make my conduit binder with. Now I don't know because of how many little breaks in the episode we've had to take. Let me take a look and see if I can get an idea about where we're at time-wise. Because, I made some mistakes this time. So we're at about 25 minutes. So I think we got time to go ahead and at least get our first conduit binder made, maybe. So let's see what we can get done with that. Come on, wash faster. And I cannot wait to get to those overclockers. Now the other, actually we'll look at our other machines before we do that. The other machine that we made was this fluid solid canning machine. And this guy's a bit different. He can be very difficult to work with. And I'm probably going to screw it up if I do it on camera. But you know what? For you guys, I'm going to do it on camera anyways. Alright, so let me find a pipe right here. And put that right there. I'm just going to pull water directly off of what we've already got down here. I don't know why that went right there. This guy's doing great. Cool. Let's put him right here. So this is now filled up with water. We want to change this from canning to fluid enrichment. And what we want to get is we want to get some lapis. So all that lapis we've been building up is finally about to pay off. And I believe we want to use regular cans. I don't think we want universal cans to do this. But I can't remember. So I could be about to screw up. Right there it was. So, no, that's a fuel rod. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 10K coolant cell, empty cell. That's what I want right there. So extrude mode on a template gets us empty cells. Okay, that's right. I think there's other ways to make them too, but this is how we're going to do it. So let's run around here. Let's put this into extrude. Let's throw that in there. Been a long time since I've done this, so if I screw it up, guys, forgive me. I'm trying. You know, I'm just a dude who makes a lot of mistakes and plays some video games. Okay, we're going to leave those to craft while we come around here. I guess I could have done this from the backside. So we'll throw this in there. I think. Or do we? Yeah. I want it in there. I want this in here. Do we need to give it power first? Is that the problem? I don't know. Let's try it. It's been so long since I've done this. Power to there. Alright, you're powered. So, fluid enriched tank, water, empty cell. Canning, no. Drained, no. What is that? Fill salt. Wait. No. Don't do that. Do we do that? It's been a long time. Hold on. I can figure this out. 10K coolant. We want the coolant. We want to get IC2 coolant. I know you can do this through a fluid transposer, but I know that that's not the only way to do it. Let's see if I can remember how to do this now. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to be using... Oh, wait, it has to be dust. That's what it is. This can't be regular lapis. Ha! I remember now. Yeah, you got to take this lapis and use it. I'm pretty sure in a macerator, for that matter, to get lapis dust. You can't just use regular lapis. That's where the issue was at. That's why it wasn't letting me put it in there. Everything else was set up right. All right. So we got to wait for this super slow macerator now to start making us lapis dust. And then we're going to be able to do this finally. Haha, victory. So there we go. Finally got our first piece of lapis. Now it takes 8 of these. So we're going to have to wait a whole minute for this to get done. Do I have any, You'll work. Come with me, my friend. Fill yourself up with water. So I'm just sticking 32 buckets of water inside of this tank right quick. Oops. Did not mean to break that. Let's put that back. Alright, let's take our... Where'd our tank go? Did it go in here? Yeah, there it is. So did that. Wow. Okay, take this. No, pick it up, 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 pick it up. Come over here. Grab out a liquid transfer node. Drop it down. Put the liquid transfer node on... Not there. There. And it should... There we go. It's filling it up. Hoorah! Speed it up. Transfer it in faster. There we go. Now I got this sucker running, and we got a much easier way of doing it. I can just go fill that up from the infinite water source over there and create more stone dust more rapidly. Meanwhile, we need one more piece here, and we're about to make our first coolant cell. Boom. Okay. Let's take that over here. Toss it in. We do want this on enrich. We want to put this in here, and we want to put this in here, and there we go. Now it's working. I told you I wasn't crazy. I just couldn't remember how to do it. Jeez, man. Cut me some slack. All right, there's our first coolant cell. So we've got to get 16 more. Now, with these coolant cells comes the next fun part. And I made a bunch of them because you're going to want them. Let's see. That's silver, not silver. I don't want silver. I want 64 tin. We're going to start smashing this into tin plates right quick. And I should have more... That's copper. Oh yeah, I turned most of my tin into bronze earlier, didn't I? I should have tin in one of these boxes though. Right here. Lead, iron, tin. Okay. Let's throw that in there and let that smelt down right quick. I guess I don't really have to do that anymore. I could just use this. Let's just do this. That'll be much faster. Oh, I have my sag mill where it's pulling flint in now to keep itself going. It pulls in from here, it outputs there, it also pulls in from here, this pulls in from here. So we can now preload these machines and let them pull items in. That's part of what I love about Ender IO machines. Let's see how we're doing here. 6 of them are done. Good, good, good. Now with the plates that we have coming out of here, we need 4 of them. And we'll just use one of these crafting tables on the ground. Pop this in, put it around. And that gives us our first 10K coolant cell. Now these guys are super important for making these overclockers. We get 2 of them per craft. Takes an electronic circuit and 2 insulated copper. So I'm trying to hopefully get at least 1 round of those knocked out, because those make a big difference throughout the entire base. We need some wires. 1, 2. And we're going to need some more rubber actually. I should have trees downstairs. And fertilizer I think as well. I moved all of my farming goods down here earlier today. So right here should have rubber trees. Rubber, right there, rubber tree. And right there some fertilizer. I think this should be a good enough spot to grow a rubber tree. We're going to find out. Nope, it's not going to do it. Okay. Let's do this the cheaty way. Let's plant one right here, and let's do it right here. There we go. And I should have an axe on me somewhere. Probably in that bag. There it is. Rubber for days. Alright, that should be good. Let's get our glass back. Ah, I missed. Alright, let's run back upstairs. Put that away. Where's that rubber at? Right there, 25 of it. And we'll just cook this in here real quick. Take this out, pop that in. I don't have my extractor hooked up at the moment, so I can't extract the rubber from the actual rubber wood. And I'm just trying to get enough to make the coolant cells into a overclocker. So let's throw these in there. Let that do its dance. There we go. There's our second one. And remember, these don't stack either. And here comes our final one. And then we're going to call it Dunskies. Bam. Okay, let's run around over here. Let's grab some tin plates. And we're going to come to right here. Recipe, shift click, click them out. There's 2 more of them. Alright. This is a recipe that's probably worth saving, just to be honest. Because I end up making a whole bunch of these. So let's put all 3 of those in there. Alright, let's throw the rubber in. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these out. And there should be enough of everything else to pull out a circuit. There we go. Pull these out. Put this there. Put this and this there. There's our 2 overclockers. Now, that's, you know, not super significant by any means, but for example, this guy, throwing those in, you know, that's a significant speed up compared to what it was. Take those out and let's see. I mean, it barely trickles. This, it actually kind of starts moving. So I'm going to be making more of these for almost all the IC2 machines. We're just going to start off using it here. And that's it, guys. We got a lot done. We got our entire 3-step process for processing uranium in place. We've got the ability to make our laser drill. Now, why I was making 2 of those mining lasers, by the way, is because eventually you're going to want to make a quarry. And when you get ready to make a quarry, the one you're probably going to want to make is an ender quarry because they're so much better. And an ender quarry is going to take a mining laser. Your standard quarry right here is the exact same recipe as an ender quarry, except for you use diamond chipset and diamond tube. And the ender quarry is just phenomenally better. So, word of advice, don't make this, make this. But we'll be getting to that soon, but not real soon. We can already do some of it. We can already do the octadics. We can already do the electron tube. We can already do the chipset. We've got the mining laser. We still need to be able to do the laser drill pre-charger. The Tesseract is a big part of it. The MFSU is kind of, it's not too terrible. But that's coming. That's down the road. But now that we've got our laser already made, because I built 2 of them at the same time, that'll help out a ton. Anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys sticking with me, bearing with me. If you liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. I'm about to go cook my final turkey for the Thanksgiving season for grubbing tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Y'all be good to one another. I'll catch you next time. Laters.